Thank you very much for the question. I mean, one of the reasons that I'm supporting Measure P is that it's about damn time. Some people oddly have accused us of rushing this to the ballot without any kind of thought. I want to be very clear that Measure P started in 2013 when Andy Lopez was shot and when the Board of Supervisors formed the CAE task force. And actually, not all of the CAE task force recommendations were implemented at that time due to budgetary constraints, due to community concerns. And so this actually allows us to honor that critical work that began 7 years ago. And actually the measure itself has been in draft and was circulating, as early as a year ago. So there's no rush. And it feels like in many ways, this has been so long in coming. It's about damn time that we step up and actually get this done in Sonoma County. Number two, I really think about this honestly as a mom. And seeing the grief that other members of our community have felt from people who were killed at the hands of law enforcement and really didn't feel that they had anywhere to turn, right? Not anywhere that they could go into, an office and have those conversations and feel like there was accountability and transparency around what happened. And then also where they could actually create an impetus for change, for better policies. It's crazy to think that in my 4 short years of being on the Board of Supervisors, I have had to vote to approve millions of taxpayer dollars to go out to bereaved families and parents. And I just really hope that we can come together and actually fight for positive change. What are better policies? That's what this is fundamentally about. It's not necessarily about pointing fingers. It's about coming together and getting some oversight, getting some accountability, and getting some meaningful positive change. The last thing that I would say is that it is, being a representative of so much of unincorporated Sonoma County, the sheriff's office is it, right? And so it's very challenging when you feel like you don't have a path to hold the sheriff accountable when things you're noticing challenges in your own community. And so for me, actually having some place that my constituents can turn to, that is not just me, because at the end of the day, I don't control the sheriff, right? I don't have direct jurisdictional authority. And so I hear those stories, but I don't actually have the ability to go in and investigate things myself, right? And to make those meaningful changes. And so I think that actually empowering the office will then in turn empower those constituents to actually see that when they go through something, when there's an experience, there's actually a meaningful response. And it's also going to an office that's not completely overburdened and unable to really go through and provide those best recommendations.